A while ago, I was searching for a replacement for my Lenovo R60. I sold my R60 a few weeks ago. And what do you know, I found a Dell D520 laptop. I found this one in my search for a Windows XP laptop. It's even too big to show in this video, it can't even fit. With a shout out to Tweaker MRX Dream for selling me this for only $5 US, though it needs a few upgrades. Some of these upgrades will be fairly easy, but some of them are not. And in this video, I will be showing you what the benefits are of upgrading this Dell laptop in comparison to the Lenovo R60. And as always, I will be using this laptop for pure Windows XP gaming. I scrummaged to the BIOS, seeing this original T5400 CPU has 1.66 GHz clock speed and 2 GB of RAM. Also, the battery seems to be working fine, so let's start. I want to install a few simple upgrades. For starters, I want to replace a German keyboard for the US layout one. Since these laptops have a desktop CPU, it's easy to replace it for a better one. This is a T7200, which upgrades the original T5400 from 1.66 GHz to 2 GHz. This laptop has 2 GB of RAM installed. To maximize the RAM, I bought another DDR2 2 GB RAM module, doubling it to 4 GB. Another upgrade is this 1TB Crucial BX500 SSD. This is a complete overkill for a Windows XP device, but I had this one left over, so I'll be using this for now. And the final upgrade comes in the always handy USB 2.0 card bus, upgrading those USB slots for faster transfers. As my intent is to clean also the insides with an air pressure can, I remove all the screws on the bottom so I can later on lift up the bottom panel to clean it out. With a plastic spudger, I click open all the sides and come to the conclusion that the laptop inside is really clean, so I leave that scenario to rest. The main thing here is to remove this plastic barrier to get to the motherboard itself in order to remove the keyboard and to replace the CPU. As you can see, this is fairly easy, as this is always the case with these mid-2000 business laptops. The first thing I do is remove the original keyboard, which is attached with a ribbon cable. Flip the switch and it's loose. The greatest thing about these laptops is that they have these desktop CPUs, because there's a lot of space. As you can see, it's really easy to work on these machines, especially when it comes to replacing each item. Removing the CPU copper cooler chamber is an easy task. Just loosen those screws and you can take it out, revealing the CPU. The CPU paste is dry, and the paste on the vapor chamber is even drier. It's so dry that I had to scrape off the paste with the spudger, then had to use alcohol to remove as much as I could. Some fresh paste on the new CPU, and I placed the copper chamber back in. I then place in the new keyboard and the plastic top, clicking everything in place. Before putting things back together, I place that extra RAM module in here, doubling it to 4 GB. I then close up the bottom lid, place back the battery and RAM lid. Now one would think, yes, this is going to be great. Well, guess again, you are watching one of my videos, so this isn't going to be flawless on the first try. After pressing the power button, the laptop starts up and runs for about 2 seconds. My initial thought was to check the CPU and backtrack all the revisions I made. I started off by just putting back the original CPU and tested one out. This is a dual core model, so the T7200 should work, but the original CPU gave the same result. I tried out a few other things, like removing the SSD, removing the extra RAM module as well as placing back the original keyboard. Well, the solution was pretty simple. The screw which tightens and clamps down the CPU by rotating it wasn't rotated correctly, so the CPU wasn't clamped down, resulting in the safety shutdown. And it booted up nicely now. As you can see, it recognizes the new CPU, going from 1.66 GHz to 2 GHz. And the RAM module is doubled, as well as the 1TB SSD being recognized. And now it's time to install, you guessed it, Windows XP, my favorite operating system. Ah, fresh green hills. The screen is an older TFT LCD screen, which doesn't have the best viewing angles if you're not dead centered in front of the machine. Windows XP recognizes the RAM, with the maximum amount allowable of 3.24 GB of RAM, but I always choose XP for specific gaming reasons. There are a few drivers that need to be installed, like the audio and network controllers, but everything seems to be installed nicely. I replaced this placeholder bus card for the USB 2.01 and is being recognized in Windows. time to fire up this thing as I check out some 2007 laptop power with some gaming. For €5, this is a great machine. It's in mint condition and serves perfectly as a replacement for the Lenovo R60. Thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, I would appreciate it if you hit that thumbs up button. This helps this channel grow and gets the word out. If you liked it immensely, a subscribe to see future content just puts a smile on my face. And I'll see you on the next refurb and upgrade video.